Hello and welcome to another episode of Laptop Retrospective, and today we have an interesting keyboard to take a look at. And this is from the company Kemove, and this is their 1980 series, and this is the K98 edition of this particular keyboard. Before I go any further, I do want to make it quite clear that this was sent to me for testing in the production of this video. I did not personally purchase it, however I am not being financially compensated for the production of the review, and of course my opinions on all devices on this channel remain 100% my own. So, let's go ahead and immediately unbox this and see what we get on the inside. So if we flip this over, we can see a couple of the features from the PBT double shot molding keycaps, the RGB lights, and of course the hot swappable keycaps and switches. Now, the one other piece of information I'll let you know is that this isn't a programmable one, so no QMK or anything like that as far as I know. But I'm curious to see what this thing looks like all the same. So we have a quick start guide in both English and in Chinese, and then the kind of a schematic layout of all the different features of the actual keyboard itself. So we'll leave that off to the side. We'll take the keyboard out. In the bottom here we have a combo keycap puller, and here in this little box, I believe we've got a cable. Yep, a USB Type A to Type C cable. So, if we're using it wired, that will come in handy. But more importantly, let's take a look at the keyboard itself. So, this thing is pretty sharp looking. We've got a black base with gray keycaps, accented with black and red. So this is a 90% keyboard layout. And let's start talking features. So we do have a 4000 milliamp battery. Works in wired 2.4 gigahertz and Bluetooth. And it comes in 3 different switch types: a red, brown, and silver. And these are apparently a joint effort between Gateron and Kemove. Now there are a couple of neat features about this board that are on the back side. So the first is we can see a Windows and Mac toggle switch, and we can see a 3-position switch from wired 2.4 gigahertz and Bluetooth. And then we've got adjustable feet and a pretty awesome place to put the 2.4 gigahertz dongle. Now it is a snug fit to pull out of there. And it's nicely labeled, so if you've got a whole lot of dongles, you know which one is for your keyboard. And we've got these rubber accents as well on the bottom. Now, this is cool. I have not yet seen a keyboard that has this feature. And what this is, if I go ahead and pull this tape off, is the battery compartment. So the battery is user replaceable without having to disassemble the keyboard. So we can just drop it out. There's a simple connection in there. And you can see that there is double adhesive tape that has not been employed. So that's interesting. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I appreciate that it's not taped in. But if you really, really wanted to, I suppose you could. But I also kind of find it unnecessary. So these batteries, the type, all the information is written there on the bottom. So as long as you can source the battery, you can replace the battery. There is also an accent light bar here that will light up when the keyboard is powered up and plugged in. And we can see on the keycaps all of the different functions are also printed on the edges, so you don't always need the quick start guide. And that is a very nice touch if you only are going to be looking at that quick start guide to be like, okay, which one of these does what? They're printed on the bottom of the keycaps here, which is a very nice design choice. I approve. So this board does cost $129 US if it's not on sale, but sale prices do drop that rather often, down by 20%, so it's about $109 US. Let's quickly take a look at our keycaps and switches. And the switches are branded Kemove, but on the website it does give information about how this is a collaboration between them and Gatoron. And you have lots of options in there from 3 to 5 pin. And the LED is north facing. So realistically, the only other thing that we have to do now is a typing test. So we should probably get that set up. All right, 58 words per minute. That's pretty slow. There's something about the keycaps and their distance. I seem to be making a few more mistakes and having to go back and recorrect. I'll try to give it one more go, but this is about average for a keyboard that I'm not experienced with, that is not necessarily laid out the way that I would expect it to be. So we'll give that one more try, see if the results are any different. Okay, I was able to get it up to 67 words per minute, so definitely a training scar there. There is something about the, I guess the right-hand side of the middle section that's not necessarily what I'm used to. I think some of the keys are perhaps pushed over a bit, and that's messing with my brain because I'm finding that my mistakes are occurring over here. I'll do one more test. I won't film it, but I'll just see what the results are, and then we'll compare the three. 46, that's my worst yet. So yeah, on average, it's not the fastest board, and I think it has something to do possibly with the shape of the keycaps and the location of some of them over here especially. That is where I am making pretty much exclusively all of my mistakes. So out of the box, not the fastest board that I've typed on, and not the most consistent board that I've typed on either. But again, that could be down to training and personal preference. These things do happen. So overall, what do I think about this keyboard? Well, I'm going to have to call it kind of a mixed bag. There are a lot of features on this that I like. I like the writing on the keycaps for all of the different functions. I like the fact that the battery is user replaceable and very easily removed. It has the adjustable feet. It has your 3 different types of connectivity, 3 and 5 pin hot swappable switches. The keycaps are swappable. That's all good. Can't really program it. You do have multiple layers, but you have to kind of do it all on the board, so no macros, no programming. The RGB is preset. It is a little bit finicky to go through the RGB menus because they reset and then you have to go through the other ones. It's a bit confusing, not ideal. The price does put this toward the upper end of the spectrum in terms of the premium boards, but there are a couple features that are missing that I think would allow it to live comfortably there. So I would say if this is on sale, then it's probably a contender. If it's not, then you might want to look at other boards in that same price bracket. Hopefully you found this information useful. I'll leave some links in the description down below. And as always, I'm really curious what you think about this keyboard. Would you add it to your collection? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.